This is the HPT.
Sit right down, put on your poker face. You with the big dogs now. Better bring your best game. Talk trash all you want. To me, it's all the same. You won't leave with much when you come in second place. And I'm the one with the stack showing 7 to the jack. Gonna cry to your mama, cause I'm sending you back. I'll be the last man standing with the money in my hand. I'll be the last man standing with the money in my hand. Last man standing with the money in my hand. I'll be the last man standing with the money in my hand.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the HPT. I'm James Larson, joined by this guy to my left, professional poker player all the way from Dallas, Texas. Give it up for Robert Williamson III. Can I call you Bob?
Well, my family did growing up, but I haven't heard that name in a long time.
All right, Bobby. Well, we're concluding our episode this week as we come to you from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, here at the iconic Stratosphere Casino Hotel Tower. We started this event with 441 runners. We got down to our final 9. We lost 5 of those last week. Now we're down to our final 4. The winner's going to go home with a whole lot of cash, just over 150 grand.
That's a lot of cabbage. You could buy a lot of stuff with that. Well, maybe some nice big meals, a couple of cars. Wait a minute, I'm not playing. I can't even win the 150.
You're in the broadcast booth, but the best part is we get to look at the whole cards. 4 players remain, only one can be our newest HPT champion. Let's head right down to the felt, meet the players, look at the chip counts, and take a look at that prize pool. Up top, just over $150,000, truly life-changing cash.
Oh, between 42 and 150, that's a pretty big difference. That's a 6-figure difference.
Boy, it really is. Look at that second place. That's impressive, too. $92,606. I'd like to lock that up right now. Chip counts look like that. John Bunch leading the bunch.
Leading the pack anyway.
Right behind him, though, Joey Brown, Ryan LaPlante, and Gary Bolden. So we just talked about it. Up top, the title, and $150,000. Let's get right down to the felt. Blinds are $30,000, $60,000 with a $10K ante. The players are smiling. They're laughing. From last week, nobody said a word.
They look like they're actually having fun. Well, I guess once you're guaranteed $42,000, it makes things a little easier.
Come on, this is the ultimate free roll. What are you talking about? Min cash right now, just over $42,000. Smiling all the way to the bank. Folded around now to Ryan in small blind. He's going to make the call. Option now to Gary.
Anytime you laugh, I know I did something fun.
It looked pretty tricky. I mean, I like it.
And Gary is going to check his
Especially
option
my min bet on
in
the
the big blind. So we go to the flop. And the flop, 2 9s and a deuce.
That's a good flop for Ryan LaPlante.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I know so.
3 of a kind for Ryan. He bets $75,000. Now over to Gary.
Gary's floating this flop.
Turn card, Tray of Hearts.
Boy, it'd be interesting if Ryan does what he just did. Checks. I love that check.
Gary falling right for the bait. Look at this.
Well, with 2 clubs out there, though, I still think it's a good chance for him to check raise, not just check call.
I talked about this last week. I really like Ryan's demeanor, his table presence. He keeps that straight face, whether he's got the cards or doesn't have the cards. Maybe he's bluffing, maybe he's not. He's a hard player to read. And he's going to raise now to $270,000.
Yeah, you raise small enough, it might make Gary play back at him.
Wow, look at this.
It looks like we might have got a re-raise.
What's going through Ryan's mind?
Well, now Ryan's trying to decide, is my hand good? Or how big do I want this pot to be? Because Ryan's sitting pretty deep, too.
Well, it doesn't look like he's going to be folding.
No, I didn't think we'd see a fold, but he's just trying to decide whether to call or maybe even re-raise. And Ryan makes the call. I kind of thought that's what he would do, just a flat there in that spot. With only a 6 kicker.
Ryan LaPlante, just 24 years old, over $2 million in career earnings. It's his first HPT event. Plans to put money down on a new house. Queen of Hearts comes on the river.
Of 9.
And Gary's decided to surrender the ghost, and smartly so.
Are you surprised Ryan didn't bet there?
I think the way Ryan played the hand, I like a check there. He kept the pot size small, didn't let it get too big, just in case his 6 kicker wasn't good. Well played by Ryan LaPlante.
We'll be right back with more exciting final table action. You're watching the HPT.
Welcome back to the action. I'm here with my partner in crime, James Larson. I'm Robert Williamson III. Let's get back to the tables.
It's not fair, though. You have 3 names. I only have 2. We go to the chip count here. John Bunch with 5.1, but right behind him, Joey Brown. Rounding out the group, Ryan LaPlante and Gary Bolden. Up top, $150,000 and a little bit of change. Right now, the min cash, $42,151. They're smiling again. And I would be smiling, too, if my min cash right now was $42,000. Action on Ryan LaPlante. He's going to raise it up to $150,000 with ace-10 suited in hearts.
Ace-10's a very strong hand, four-handed especially.
Gary in the big blind is going to make the call, and the flop is Jack 8-7, couple of hearts.
Wow, flush draw and straight draw for Ryan. Even though Gary's ahead right now, he's actually behind, mathematically speaking, of course.
Ryan is first to act. Going to bet $115,000.
I like the bet sizing. It might tempt Gary to play this hand.
Gary's going to make the call.
How you doing? I'm Gary Bolden from St. Louis, Missouri, and I play professional poker. I want to say hi to my mom, all my sisters, my nieces, nephews, my daughter Nadia, my kids here, and everybody wish me on to win this tournament.
We go to the turn card now. It's the Jack of Clubs.
Definitely a good spot for Ryan to lead again. I'd lead a bigger bet this time, though. Half the pot or more. A little more.
Ryan's going to bet $185,000.
Doesn't feel like it's enough.
Look at this. He's all in. Gary raises all in. What do you do if you're Ryan?
Well, I have to think that my opponent's got a jack, but I still got a straight draw and a flush draw.
He makes the call. He makes the call.
I think the bet sizing really hurt Ryan LaPlante there. He almost forced Gary to make this play.
River card is a heart. It's the 6 of hearts.
That's one of the winners for Ryan LaPlante. But Gary's got little something to make him feel better. 42K.
42,151 to be exact. Congratulations to Gary Bolden going out in 4th place. We are down to our final 3, and look at that hand for Joey.
You want 2 kings anytime, but you really want it when it gets really short-handed because it can't really put you on a big hand all the time.
The raise is to $150,000. The 1 seat of John Bunch gets out of the way. Now over to Ryan.
And Ryan LaPlante says, you're not going to bully me. But the 10-8 offsuit, pretty weak call.
And the flop is Jack 9 tray, couple of diamonds.
Opening straight draw for Ryan LaPlante. Might help Joseph get paid off here.
Ryan checks over to Joey. Reaching for chips. Talked about this last week. Joey has final tabled before. He got 2nd at our event in Michigan in 2011.
Well, then he's hungrier than ever. He really wants to win this.
And he's so close. We're down to 3 players. Up top, just over $150,000. By the way, Robert, min cash right now, just over $60,000. This is awesome. Turn card, then 9 of spades.
That feels like a pretty safe card for Joseph.
Now we have 2 spades on the board and 2 diamonds on the board. Ryan's going to lead. He's grabbing chips.
I don't know if I like this lead or not. That's a dangerous board. You're going to get called by a lot of big draws. You're going to get called by better hands. I don't like that bet. I would have preferred if he's going to play the hand, check call.
$315,000 chip bet by Ryan. Joey makes the call. And the river card now is the 5 of hearts. What's Ryan do now?
Well, now that he's led on the turn, he's supposed to bet the river.
Yeah, he's kind of waving that white flag, though, I think.
Yeah,
he's waving the flag.
He's surrendering.
Joey's going to check, too. He doesn't know where he's at. He's going to, no bet.
No value bet from Joey there.
Nothing.
I thought for sure we'd see at least a little value bet.
Joey's going to win the hand, a pot of 1.3 million chips. Going to Joey Brown. He's a poker dealer, travels around the country dealing poker, playing poker, and we've seen him a lot here on the HPT. And his poker mentor is Sean Reginald Roberts, an HPT regular. Those two caravan and travel together, and we see him a lot at our HPT stops.
Finally heard from John. We haven't heard from John Bunch in a while.
Yeah, last week's show we saw a lot of John, and now this week he finally playing his first hand of the night. He makes a raise with his Jack 9, and the flop is Queen Jack 5, 2 hearts.
Good flop for John. Action first on Ryan. Wow, see, I don't like a check there. It's too dangerous of a board. Queen Jack 5 with, well, now I like to check, but I didn't until that card came off.
Ryan's going to check over to John. John now makes 3 of a kind.
Well, by showing weakness on the flop, actually, John may get paid off here.
The bet is $195,000.
Yeah, it feels like Ryan could have the best hand. I can't fault Ryan LaPlante for calling here because John played his hand pretty tricky.
Go to the river now. It's the Queen of Clubs, so a full house for John.
Wow, that's a bad card for Ryan because now he's got 2 pair with the ace kicker. A lot of hands that he can beat or at least tie.
Oh, they both players check. They flip it over.
No value bet.
No value bet at all.
Wow. And he could have totally gotten paid off. Ryan LaPlante was in payoff, ching, 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 like a slot machine position.
So the good news in that segment for Ryan LaPlante, he takes Gary out. He eliminates him, but the bad news, he loses the next couple of hands and loses quite a few chips, too.
But the good news is he could have lost more. Both times his opponents checked the river. He would have lost more chips on those 2 hands. So, win 1, lose 2, but could have lost more.
You know what they say? That's poker. 3 players remain. We're going to find out who our new champion is going to be tonight, right here on the HPT, so don't go too far. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Las Vegas, Nevada. We're at the Stratosphere Casino Hotel and Tower. You're watching the HPT. I'm James. He's Robert. 3 players remain. Up top, Johnny Bunch with 5.5 in chips.
Put Joey Brown, your horse, right there in the thick of it. Ryan LaPlante rounding out the top 3.
You picked John to win. I picked Joey. I kind of feel bad. You know, Ryan is a great poker player. He's not out of this thing. But 3 players remain. Min cash right now, $60,672. Second place, just over $92,000. But up top, $150,000. That's a lot of money the last time I checked.
It's a lot of money for anybody, whether it's in a check or cash.
Yeah, right.
The players are loosening up a little bit now because they're free-handed, so the hand strengths go way up in value. Queen Jack, I don't mind that call at all.
I'm Ryan LaPlante. I'm a professional poker player. I grew up in Brainerd, Minnesota, and currently live in Las Vegas. Whether I'm playing for 1,000 up top or 150K up top, just try to play my best. And if I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. And just on to the next one.
The flop is Queen 8-4 Rainbow.
Both players caught a piece of this. Could be expensive for John.
Ryan's going to bet $115,000.
I like that bet sizing. On a third of the pot.
Notice John covers his mouth with his shirt. He's done that. He did it last week, and he's been doing it all night.
He's been pretty consistent on doing that.
Absolutely, kind of hiding his face. 7 of clubs now comes on the turn.
Looks like a pretty good card for Ryan LaPlante's hand.
Ryan's going to bet $380,000.
He bet a little bit bigger bet this time. He's given John a chance to fold. But with second pair, I don't blame John for calling. It feels like he could have the best hand here.
John Bunch, 32 years old, over $350,000 career earnings, only 1 bullet invested in this thing, so his return on his investment, yeah, pretty good one. 9 of hearts now in the river.
Feels like a really good card for Ryan, and he recognizes that it is a good card for him. Surely John will realize he does not have the best hand. Otherwise, he's trying to basically say that Ryan LaPlante triple-barreled him. Ryan LaPlante doesn't look like a triple-barrel kind of player to me, firing 3 bullets at him.
The bet is $515,000, and he makes the call. John makes the call.
Really surprised. It's the first real blunder we've seen from John Bunch.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Okay, blinds now are $40,000, $80,000 with a $10K ante, and I see some blue chips out there, Robert. I like the blue chips.
We call those high society chips.
I like them.
$100K each.
So the action to Joey's going to raise to $175,000 with his Jack 10. Now over to Ryan. He's going to make the call.
A pretty liberal defend of the blind there from Ryan LaPlante.
Flop is Jack 6-4, couple of spades.
Very good flop, needless to say, for Joey.
Ryan checks over to Joey.
A continuation bet, especially when you catch the top pair. Absolutely.
Joey's going to bet $210,000.
Wow. Looks like Ryan's going to try to get frisky here.
Wow, that's a raise to 535.
I think he's lost his mind. He's on a complete bluff, an absolute bluff. And he just got caught with his bluff.
Unbelievable.
He was speeding a little too fast on this hand.
A little smile by Ryan. He's going to fold, and the winner of the hand is Joey Brown in the 9 seat. Talked about this before. He's placed second in our Michigan event, 2011. Boy, he really wants to finish this. He wants to go home with his first title on the HPT. But again, I'm going to remind you guys, I've talked about it a lot. The cash is just over $150,000.
Yeah, forget just the title. Got 150,000 extra reasons to want this title.
We will start with Ryan. He's going to raise to 210,000. We talk about hand selection. As we're three-handed now, they can open up the range a little bit.
Absolutely, especially in position.
Joey's going to make the call.
I'm going to see a lot of blind defending here going on.
Up is Jack 9-5, 2 clubs. We'll start with Ryan.
A double gutter ball straight draw for Joseph, and Ryan caught a piece of this flop too with the middle pair.
Ryan with that same table demeanor. Doesn't change at all. That's so important, too, to keep that consistent throughout the tournament.
I agree.
Ryan bets 220. Joey makes the call. 8 of hearts. 8 of hearts now falls on the turn.
Well, that gives Joey a pair. That improves his hand. He still has a double straight draw, but now the 10's no good because it gives Ryan a bigger straight.
The bet is $285,000 by Ryan. Joey makes the call. And the river card, look at that, the 6 of spades.
Well, that's a magical card for Joey.
Ryan's going to check. Now, if you're Joey, what do you bet here?
You know, you got to bet a smallish bet. I would bet a probably 400,000 or 500,000, like a third of the pot, just praying I got paid off.
Well, Joey's going to bet $685,000, and Ryan makes the call, ladies and gentlemen.
And he gets paid off.
Joey loves the way that hand played out.
The one hand I was worrying about.
I think Ryan might could have got away from that, but he didn't.
We'll have more exciting HPT final table action. We'll be right back after these messages.
Back to the action here for the HPT three-handed. I'm here with my illustrious partner, James Larson. I'm Robert Williamson III. And this is getting exciting. The winner's going to have $150,000 in the pocket, but the third place finisher at least guaranteed $60,000.
It's getting very exciting. I've been meaning to ask you, can I call you Bob? Or do you
well,
prefer
as
Robert?
long as you call me, I guess it's okay to call you Bob.
Exactly. Three-handed poker at its best here. Stratosphere Casino, Hotel, and Tower. It's anybody's game, but I made the prediction when we were at 9. I like Joey Brown to take this down in the 9 seat. We'll see what happens. It's anybody's game. He is your chip leader right now. Before him, though, Ryan raises to $175,000.
And for some reason or another, I get this feel that Ryan's made a few mistakes and he knows it. So I hope I don't see him tilt off, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did all the same.
Joey's going to make the call with the Sammy Hagar pocket 5s. Now over to the 1 seat of John Bunch.
And John Bunch decided not to get involved with the ace little because you really don't know where you're at with that hand. I do the same thing, overcalling with that. And no, I guess I was wrong.
Wow, look at that. 2 aces and a 7. Get a camera on the 1 seat of Johnny Bunch.
Yeah, I think he might be choking on his chips. And Ryan caught the 7, so he's actually got a better hand than Joey here.
Joey checks over his pocket 5s to Ryan, and Ryan's going to bet $230,000. Boy, John Bunch wishes he could get into a DeLorean and go back about 30 seconds and make that call.
He does. That was a Back to the Future comment. Hey, I'm catching on to you.
Absolutely. The Sammy Hagar Back to the Future. I'm almost 40. Almost. Joey's going to make the call. Turn card now, the King of Hearts.
Well, that might be a freeze 'em card. I don't know if we'll see any betting this round now with 2 aces and a king and 2 flush draws on the board.
Both players checking that King of Hearts on the turn. And we go to the river. The 5 of Hearts. Look at that.
Wow. Actually, what an amazing card for Joey. That puts him in the lead.
Yeah, it gives him a full house. 5's full of aces.
He's got to make sure he bets the right bet. Sizing is everything. 490, a little too much. I don't think Ryan LaPlante's going to pay this off. Too many hands out there that beat him right now.
So the winner of the hand and your chip leader here at this nationally televised final table, Joey Brown. It's been a fun week here in Las Vegas. The highlight for me was jumping off the side of the building.
Oh, jeez.
Well, it was a lot of fun, let me tell you. You want to get the heart rolling a little bit, go jump off the side of the Stratosphere.
How about a perfectly good building? That's the problem I have with this whole thing.
I saw my whole life pass in front of me, ex-girlfriends, when I had the mullet back in '91. The whole thing, it all flashed. But hey, I'm here in the booth, still alive to talk about it. Ryan's going to raise it up to $200,000 with 9-7.
And Joey's got a very defendable hand here with the ace-6 offsuit. Asking for a chip count. He might be thinking about making a play at this pot.
3.4, 3.5.
Now that he realizes Ryan LaPlante has 3.4, 3.5 million, I think you might just see a call, a nice safe call from Joey.
And that's what Joey is going to do. So we go heads up, Joey and Ryan. When Ryan's not playing poker, he's got his own website and he coaches poker players. You done any coaching over the years?
I've done a little bit of coaching. I try not to smarten up my opponents. I mean, it makes them tougher on me.
The other night you gave me some blackjack coaching. I appreciate you helped.
Beat the casinos out of their money. That's better.
Flop is queen, 5 trade, couple of spades. Ryan is going to bet $145,000.
And so many times in a situation like this kind of flop, the aggressor takes down the pots.
Absolutely.
First aggressor.
Look at that. Joey's going to make the call.
Well, I guess he thinks his ace high might still be good, and he's right so far.
Turn card is the 5 of clubs. We'll see if Ryan slows down. Again, I love his table image. Never changes.
Yeah, but he has got caught on a few bluffs. Ryan LaPlante might give this one up and just check this out.
As he reaches for blue chips.
I've been wrong before. I guess I'll be wrong again.
It looks like he's taking a little bit off each stack, and he's doing just that, a bet of $490,000.
Oh, we call that the quack quack. It's a rainbow raise. Rainbow
and look
bet.
at that. Joey's going to lay it down. Look at that. Ryan LaPlante wins the hand.
That's what I call power poker right there. Good, nice play in Ryan LaPlante.
Once again, congratulations to Ryan. He's engaged. His fiancee Christopher is in the crowd watching him. So congratulations. They're going to get married this year in Las Vegas. 3 players remain at this nationally televised HPT final table. Blinds are $40,000, $80,000 with a $10K ante. We are in Sin City, baby, Las Vegas, Nevada, Stratosphere Casino, Hotel and Tower. James and Roberts. And look at this.
Wow. You know, Joey's picked up quite a few big hands and lots of pairs today. Some people would say he's holding more hands than a manicurist.
And now a 3-bet by Joey with pocket kings going up to 525.
Definitely want to get paid off, but at the same time, you got to protect your hand as well. It's a balancing act with these hands.
Look at this, Ryan reaching for chips. Is this a 4-bet?
Could be a fatal mistake here.
Wow, a 4-bet to 1.25. Joey loves this. He loves it.
Now he's trying to think, how can I extract the maximum amount of chips from Ryan LaPlante?
Maybe 2 words here for Joey. All in, maybe?
You can't let an ace seat a flop for free, and
there
he does. All in.
Now what is Ryan? He's got to fold it. Hand caught in the cookie jar again. Wow. I give Ryan credit, though. I like the way he plays. Again, I say it a lot. He just ran it right into a buzzsaw. Pocket kings.
Yeah, kids play with a lot of heart, but sometimes you get caught.
We'll be right back after these messages. You're watching the HPT. Welcome back to the HPT. I'm James Larson, joined by this guy, professional poker player and my new life coach, Robert Williamson III. What do you think about this life coaching decision you've decided to?
It's life-changing for me because, you're going to have to give up some of your habits, the craps, the blackout, the big dinners. Keep that habit. That's a good habit. 3
players remain, Joey, John, and Ryan. And look at Joey, 7.5. You think he can do it?
Your horse is running pretty fast, but I still like John Budge. I don't know why. He's played so well. That's my guy. I'm sticking with it.
And Ryan LaPlante has played well this entire tournament, but we talked about it before the break. He just kind of got a little aggressive and ran his hands into just straight-up buzzsaws like he did before the break with pocket kings, and hopefully he doesn't go on tilt here, and hopefully he can keep it together and try to make a comeback. He loves grabbing for chips, though, Robert. He loves getting them in the middle.
Wow.
He's definitely been the aggressor at this final table. Let's see if his luck holds up.
Ryan makes the call in the small, and Joey's going to check his option in the big blind. And the flop is Jack 10 tray, couple of diamonds.
They both flop a flush draw. This could be big danger here.
Yes, it sure could. Ryan's going to lead out. 135,000 chips. Over to Joey. Remember, small blind, big blind. They could have any two cards.
Looks like Joey's going to take the conservative approach and just call.
Boy, if we see a diamond here on the turn or the river, 7 of hearts comes on the turn.
Well, that gives Joey a straight draw now. In addition to his pair draws.
There's 4 9s in the deck.
Got a few more outs. Well, the 9 of diamonds no good, but the other 3 real good.
Ryan checks over to Joey.
Yeah, I think I'm going to probably see a free card
I
here
think so.
from Joey.
I think so.
I guess Joey didn't agree with my philosophy.
Yeah, just 300,000 is all. Over to Ryan. I like the bet. Of course, it's always easier to sit here and watch the cards and see it on the monitor, but I do like the bet now that I think about it. But Ryan makes the call. River card, the 10 of spades.
And a complete blank. Both players missed. I'm going to say whoever's the aggressor here is going to take this down.
Not going to take much. A check by Ryan.
Wow, a check right there by Ryan. That's just running up the white flag. Just it says surrender all over it. 100% of the time, if I'm Joey, I'm betting, and he does too.
Absolutely. He bet 780,000. I think it's too much.
It's definitely too much for Ryan to call.
He's going to fold. Joey trying to win this HPT title. He finished second, 2011, at our Soaring Eagle event in Mount Pleasant, Michigan.
Do we have a jack?
And he outplayed Ryan LaPlante on that last hand.
And I talked to Joey before this. You know, we talked about him finishing second at Mount Pleasant, Michigan at our Soaring Eagle event. He really wants to win this title. Why wouldn't you? A, you're a champion, and B, just over 150,000. What's the first thing you buy with 150K?
Well, I always go for food first,
Big
but
steak? Yeah.
secondly, probably a gift for someone.
Absolutely.
Someone that you might
maybe,
have
yeah.
special in your life.
Absolutely.
Like mom.
Yeah,
Your
there you
mom.
go.
Buy your
Yeah.
mom something.
I want to say hi to my mom. Hopefully she's watching.
How come everybody always says hi to mom, but poor dad?
I know. Poor dad gets. I get no respect. All right, over to John, who's going to raise to 225,000. Now to Ryan, he's going to go all in with his pocket sevens.
Wow. And another all-in from Joey behind him.
Okay.
This hand kind of played itself out. Sometimes it's hand versus hand. Both players are doing what they're supposed to do, and this is one of those times. It's a coin flip, we call this in poker.
Ace queen against the pocket sevens. We go to the flop. Ace six deuce.
Man, Ryan's got to be sick to see that.
No chances for sweats either.
But Joey's not showing too much excitement.
No, this is poker. We got 2 cards to go, and his opponent has a pair. Jack of spades
boy.
comes on the turn.
Ryan LaPlante needs a 7
See if I can return the
precise
favor.
for 2 of them left, or he's out.
And the river card is the ace. I counted 7 hearts.
When it was a heart, that was one of the 2
Right,
sevens
absolutely.
left, but it wasn't quite the right one.
So with that, going out in third place, Ryan LaPlante, and hey, not a bad payday, $60,672. Congratulations to him.
And I think we'll be seeing him again. Well played today, Ryan LaPlante.
All right, my favorite part of the show, it's heads up poker. Blinds are 50,000, 100,000. It's Joey and it's John.
I think this is what we predicted from the very beginning.
I'm pretty sure. You got John, I got Joey. Joey, the chip leader right now. First place, 150,000 and change. Second place, 92,605. So, Robert, we're playing for about 58,000. Separates first and second.
Well, if it doesn't sound like a lot, just write me a check right quick for
Exactly.
58,000. That's a lot. That's a bunch of money.
The flop is 6-5 Rainbow. Both players catching a piece of that.
Wow, but Joey got the bigger piece, top 2 pair. This could be trouble for John Bunch. Flop top pair with a big kicker. This
Heads
is a
up
tough
poker. I mean-
yeah, two-handed. I'm going to get in trouble myself with this hand.
So John checks. Joey bets 325. Action back to John.
I suspect we're going to see a raise.
Absolutely.
Especially with 3 cards to a straight on the board. Kind of want to protect your hand, not knowing your opponent's got you tied up right now.
Joey loves this. He's thinking about the steak dinner. He's thinking about the gifts, the drinks. He's thinking of the title. He's close.
And, oh, boy.
And a call, ladies and gentlemen. An all-in and a call. This could be it right here.
John Bunch's tournament life is at jeopardy.
And he's behind in the hand. We could have our new HPT champion right here with a couple of cards. Turn cards, the king of diamonds.
Almost a miracle card for John.
Oh, my gosh. 2 pair now for John, kings and sixes.
Joey needs a 5 to win the pot.
Oi. And the river card is the 9 of spades. So this thing is far from over, my friend.
This is a game of inches, and I'll tell you what, sometimes it's hand versus hand. John Bunch hit the turn card, got a little lucky, but now he's the chip leader.
Wow, Joey was just 2 cards away from being our next HPT champion. Pot of over 7 million chips, ladies and gentlemen. Look at Joey. Takes it like a man. I'd probably be crying like a baby. Welcome back to the HPT. It's James and Robert. Las Vegas, Nevada is where we're at. 2 players remain. It's been a long week. We started with 441. Now we're down to our final 2. And let's be honest, this is where it gets real fun.
Oh, heads-up poker is where it's at. I mean, when you got to play a million hands just to see a flop, it's going to be, I can't tell you, I'm excited to even watch it right now.
2 players remain. Will it be John Bunch or will it be Joey Brown? The winner's going to go home with $150,000. Second place, $92,605. This is where the show really gets to be a lot of fun. Joey raises to $250,000 with ace deuce. His opponent, John, ace Trey.
Well, the best hand still has the best hand.
The flop is 9-4 Trey.
Of course, a straight draw for Joey. The 5 gets him out of the trap here.
Now, Joey's been in this situation before. Talked about it 2011. He finished second at our event in Mount Pleasant, Michigan at the Soaring Eagle Casino Resort. He can only do better by 1 place, and that's being the champion tonight. He can taste it. He can feel it. He's so close. And the turn card is the deuce of spades.
Well, a great card for John's hand because now he's got the nut flush draw as well. But I think this also lets Joey out of the trap because he's got something to show down. He got showdown value.
Now the 9 of spades. John making the nut flush.
If he bets a little $350,000 bet, or
he checked.
I can't check there. I've got to try to get paid.
And he shows the hand, wins the pot, 1.17.
I mean, I don't know that Joey would have paid him off anyway, but I would have given him a chance to.
Yeah, I something there. You know, some kind of a bet. Blinds are $50,000, $100,000 with a $10K ante. James and Robert coming to you from the Stratosphere Casino Hotel and Tower right here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. It's been an awesome week out here in Las Vegas. A total prize pool of just under $640,000. And we're giving out the meat of that tonight as we're heads up.
I'd say this is the meatiest time of all. 150K, 92K. That's almost half the prize pool.
It's very meaty. King, queen, 5, couple of clubs.
Wow, this could be trouble for Joey. Flops a club draw, but John's got top pair.
John checks. Joey bets $175,000.
They're still keeping the pots relatively small. I like this. This is smart poker to me.
How do you practice heads-up poker if you've never been in this situation, which I think happens a lot here in the HPT? How do you practice for these kinds of situations?
Well, what are you doing later tonight? Maybe you'll get a chance.
Yeah, maybe. Can you be my poker coach? Maybe my life coach as well. 8 of diamonds falls on the turn, and the 7 of spades comes on the river as both players checked.
Once again, Joey has check down value because he has a pair. He's okay with checking. But John's got to realize, I've got the best hand now. I've got 2 pair, absolutely bets. But Joey doesn't have to make that call, but he does.
He does, and the winner of the hand is going to be John. His 2 pair is good. Now, Joey just needs to focus, okay? We're heads up. You're so close. Your opponent is playing great poker, but Joey can't let this thing slip away. All right, blinds 50,000, 100,000, 10K ante. We'll start with Joey, and he looks down at pocket jacks.
Oh, you got to love that anytime. Heads up, especially love it.
He's going to raise to $250,000.
And the little slick, we call that, deuce 3. John's considering getting a little frisky with.
And he's going to make the call. And in the flop is ace, queen, 8. Couple of hearts.
Well, 2 overcards to Joey's pair. I don't blame him.
Turn card is the deuce of clubs. John checks over to Joey.
Well, John caught that deuce, but I still don't think he can call anything here.
Joey bets 225,000. That should do it.
Well, the main thing is 2 flush draws out there, 2 coordinated of a board for John to call here. He doesn't have one of those flush draws. He needs a deuce or a 3. Even if Joey is bluffing in the spot, he could be bluffing with a bunch of outs.
John's going to make the call, ladies and gentlemen. Then we go to the river card. It's the jack of diamonds, so Joey improves.
Bingo.
John checks over to Joey.
Now Joey's got to think, what can I get paid off here? Make it look like a bluff. Bet like a third of the pot. 350, something in that range.
And that is a bet of 590,000.
Well, he took the opposite approach. Now he's trying to make it look like a bluff.
Right.
Thinking that he can only get called by it.
And John's going to fold, so the winner of the hand is Joey Brown, trying to win this HPT title and go home with the title and just over 150,000. You're watching exclusive final table coverage here of the HPT, coming to you from Las Vegas, Sin City, at the Stratosphere Hotel Casino. Action will start with John Bunch.
I think we're seeing a new gear from John Bunch. He's starting to be a little more aggressive, which you need to be when you're playing heads-up poker.
John raises to 225,000. Joey makes the call, and the flop is king, queen, deuce, couple of hearts.
Decent flop for John's hand. Doesn't know that he's got the best hand.
Heads-up poker is just so fun to watch the chess match back and forth. Nobody's saying a word.
Joey decides to try to take John off of this second pair.
John's bet was $250,000. Joey raises to 625,000. Back now to John.
Well, if I'm John and I'm going to the tank here, I'm going to flat because I have position and force Joey to lead into me again. And if he leads into me again, I might lay it down and reevaluate. But if he doesn't, then I might be able to drag this pot.
Turn card, 8 of clubs. All Joey can really do here is bet. And he's going to do just that.
Well, if he showed the fortitude to bet into me twice and bluff, good luck to him. I'm probably going to lay this down if I'm John.
710,000. And he folds.
Yeah, it just felt like the right decision. Obviously, I could see it wasn't, but it felt like the right decision. I'd have played it the same way, John, if that's any consolation for you.
The momentum is going the way of Joey Brown. We'll see if he can finish this up and win this HPT title. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the HPT. James Larson, joined by Robert Williamson III. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada. Probably my favorite city to be hanging out, especially with a guy like you.
It's a pretty fun city with anybody, but with me, I like your odds.
You know what I like about this place? There's no last call. That's got to be my favorite part of law. There's no last call. There's never a last call.
For somebody like me, though, that could be a problem, too.
Right. Heads up poker, Johnny Bunch, Joey Brown. 2 players remain. 150,000 up top, 92,605 for second.
And they're both right together on this packed bunch. No pun intended.
No pun intended.
They both got about the same amount of chips.
Speaking of bunch, he looks down at ace-king. We always like seeing ace-king, but heads up, come on, it's a fantastic hand.
It's a monster hand, heads up.
Raises to 300,000 and a call. Flop comes 10-4 deuce.
Well, this is where you go, ace-king doesn't look so good anymore. Deuce 4-10 flop.
By the way, John Bunch has his undergrad and master's in computer science and helps with analytical thinking. I can hardly even say the word analytical.
I can't even spell it. What do you mean?
He's a smart guy, this guy here. Both these guys making very calculated decisions. Joey bets 425. John makes the call.
And the turn card is the 5 of clubs.
Ooh, interesting card. Gives both of them a straight draw. Gets a little more interesting. Joey's been an open end straight.
Joey bets 725,000.
This feels like a spot where Joey might be bluffing to me. I might just call this with ace high. Plus, in case I'm wrong, a 3 gives me a straight. An ace and a king might give me the best hand too, or I might already have the best hand.
And John makes the call. 725 and a call.
That's a strong call by John Bunch.
So we go to the river, the Jack of clubs.
And Joey surrenders. If he fires one more bullet, he's going to win this pot, but he surrendered. He checks.
John's going to do the same thing. He's going to flip over his hand, and his ace high is going to be good enough.
A big call on the turn by John Bunch, and Joey decided not to bet that river, and unfortunately that cost him the pot.
Thank you.
John Bunch wins that hand. John is employed at Zappos right here in Vegas. We asked him if he has any skills outside of poker. He mentions pool, dodgeball, kickball, and table tennis.
Wow, is dodgeball and kickball, are those a skill set?
I guess.
I've still got hope because I'm an eating champion.
Well, there you go. I saw that at the buffet the other night. Let me tell you. All right, we start with Joey. He raises with queen 9 of diamonds at 275.
John's still piling up his chips from the last big pot he won.
He's going to make the call with 8-7.
Seeing a lot more blind fending now.
And the flop is
wow,
Jack
what a
10,
big flop
9.
for these two hands. This is a match made in heaven, but unfortunately right now it's not a good match for Joey. He has a pair and an open-end straight draw, but John flopped the straight already.
And look at John. Checks it over to Joey.
He playing it tricky.
Joey bets 325,000. What does John do here?
This is too dangerous of a flop. John has to raise. Right now he's got to protect his hand and maybe even trick Joey into pushing on him.
The raise is to 875,000. I like it. Joey's going nowhere.
And he goes all in just like that.
And a call, ladies and gentlemen. He made the call.
That original check got John this money. Great play by John Bunch.
And Joey's thinking, not again. Second place, it's great money, but I want to win this thing. But he's still got cards. Deuce of diamonds comes on the turn.
He needs
no
a
help
king
to Joey.
Or an 8, or this is over.
Wow, John sitting down, no expression. The river card is the 7 of diamonds, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to do it. Your winner, your new HPT champion, that man, John Bunch, going home with just over 150,000.
Yeah, John Bunch is going home with a bunch of money.
He sure is, but look at Joey. He was so close to his first HPT title.
What an exciting finish. John Bunch is our champion. But first, an interview with Joey Brown. My illustrious partner, James Larson, is down there to give this interview.
Another second place, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. But what's going through your mind right now?
It's obviously disappointing, but it's the nature of tournament poker. Unless you win, there's going to be a level of disappointment. Obviously, I ran well to get here, so I can't complain.
Okay, before we go, second place. I know you're kind of bummed out. You wanted to be the champion, but you're going home with almost 93,000. What does that do to your life?
It feels good. Yeah. It feels good. Take some pressure off.
We can still celebrate tonight, right?
Sure, of course.
Give him a big round of applause. He's a friend of ours here on the HPT. His name is Joey, going home with a nice payday of just under 93,000.
What a great finish. Congratulations to Joey Brown. Thanks for the interview. Now, one more interview. My partner, James Larson, downstairs with the champion, John Bunch.
All right, John. Well, first of all, congratulations. You're going home with just over 150,000, but did you ever think you'd be standing here, especially at this final table with all of the competition that was playing?
It was definitely a tough table. I knew coming in that I just had to play my game, wait for the cards and just kind of play my tight, aggressive game.
Let's talk about what you're taking home. The championship here at the Stratosphere, but I want to remind you, the cash, just over 150,000.
Yeah, it's great. I have some plans for it.
Can you share some of your plans?
Yes, I'm going to do something very frivolous and pay down debt. I just bought a house, and so I'll be paying down that debt and, be in a better financial situation.
All right, he's 6'7", and he's going home with $150,000. He won the whole thing. Give him a big round of applause. His name is John Bunch, and he bested the field.
Well, what an awesome week. What an awesome event. And this final table was great. But the star tonight, got to give that to Johnny Bunch as he takes home the title and the cash. But I want to congratulate all of our players who cashed and everybody who made this final table. But Joey Brown, another second place for him. A nice payday, over $92,000. I know he wanted to win this. He was so close, Robert.
It's a game of interest. Poker is like that. Let me tell you, though, the cream rose to the top tonight. The two players that played the best got second and first place. Still a nice payday. Congratulations to them both.
Now, if you're watching this show and you think you have what it takes, why not give it a shot? Head on over to www.hptpoker.com. Give it a shot, and who knows, you may go home with 6 figures just like Johnny Bunch did. So I had a lot of fun with you.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah. Hope to see you again right here on the set. Robert Williamson III, I'm James Larson, and we'll see you next time on the HPT.